my friends. It's Christine from Christine's Stamping Spot. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Alberta, Canada, and thank you for joining me today on my Mystery Monday video. So to all the mums out there, I hope you had a wonderful Mother's Day weekend and were spoiled lots. We had a beautiful day here yesterday too, and today it's actually raining, which is actually welcome because it is so dry here, and we do have a few forest fires that are starting up. So hoping the rain will help with that. Okay, so today we are going to take another look at this Impressions Abloom Bundle. Last week I showed you a project where we made a basket out of the dies, and I showed you the dies, but this week I can actually show you the whole product because our new catalog went live this last week, as well as some new online exclusives, and this is an online exclusive product which is now available for everybody. So it is part of a bigger suite, but I'm just going to focus on the bundle itself. So this is the stamp set with lots of really nice floral images, because being spring, I think we all love some florals right about now with all of the color. It has some really nice little greetings, and then these are the full dies. And we did use this perforated one last week to help make our basket for the card that we did last week. So you can check out last week's video, or it's also on my YouTube channel if you're not quite sure what I'm talking about. With that, I did not use these floral dies because they weren't live yet. I did use our Retiring Delightful Daisy dies. So very versatile set. Okay, so let's show you what we are going to make today. So this is our project, very bright, very springy. And here we have used some of those dies, and I just wanted to show you, I don't know if you can tell, excuse me, on these flowers, do you see this little embossed part? Well, that all comes out with the die. So in the dies, you have these 3 different sizes of florals, and you can see there's a larger outer die, which you can cut by itself to make solid flowers. Or if you put these together on your die cut machine, let me just see if I can get this lined up again. It's very easy to do as I'm struggling. Oh my gosh. Okay, I shouldn't have taken it off, but I will get this back on. I just need to put it down. Okay, here we go. I think it goes like this. Okay, so you would lay it down with this embossed one in the center, because this is just an embossing die. It doesn't have any raised edges, so it's not going to cut out an image by itself. Same for this one and this little one. So by laying it like that on your paper, of course inverted, this is how you get that little embossed image in your flower, and then the larger die cuts out the flower. And the same is true for the centers. So there are 2 different sizes of centers, same idea. You have the circle on the outside that actually cuts out the paper, and these little ones in the center that give you those tiny little dots that are embossed right in the center, which I think you can probably see that. Is that not just so cool? So that is something fun, and that also applies to 2 of the leaves here. So this one and this one, I believe they're the same, so you can cut 2 at once. And this is what they look like on our card here. So you've got that little embossed image in the center, which just embosses, doesn't cut out, and then it's this larger one on the outside that does cut it out. Now, if you don't want to use that, little embossed piece in the middle, you can just use the die, the leaf die all by itself to cut out your leaves. Totally up to you. And then we have some other really neat images that you can cut out florals with. And of course our oval dies and some stems. So a really fun sort of puzzle piece to put together flowers any way that you like, or you can just stamp them. So, all right, so let's get started. So I did pre-cut a bunch of pieces to save time. So we're going to start with a piece of Shy Shamrock. This is actually one of our in colors that is still around for this next year. So it came live last year. A very lovely green. Okay, so we're going to use that as our base. Now, this designer paper is also part of this suite, and it is called Florals in Bloom Designer Series paper, and this is what it looks like. So you get 12 sheets, 2 of each design. So I'm just going to quickly show you these patterns. So again, you've got pieces of the stamp set in these florals. Okay, and this is the back of that. This also is one of our new in colors. The, oh, I can't think of the name of it. C something. I'll have to check on that. Here you've got these beautiful hyacinth flowers, and this is on the back. This is really light and bright. And you've got more of this strawberry slush on the back. This is very beautiful if you like pinks and purples. This is a very beautiful pattern. And you've got this. This is the cloud cover, which is one of our new in colors. And then you've got these large sort of poppy looking flowers. And then you've got these purple posies on the back. So very, very pretty designer paper for spring and summer. All right, so having said that, we are going to put this pattern of the designer paper on top of our Shy Shamrock. And look at the green on the back. Isn't that cute? Lovely colors, just bright. Okay, so we'll put that here. And then we are going to set this aside for 1 second, and we are going to do this large oval piece. Okay, so I cut this out with the dies. So what I did first is I cut the one without the edging by itself, just on basic white. Okay, and what we're going to do with this first is we're just going to add a little bit of balmy blue to give it a bit of a background. If you wanted to use a piece of designer paper, you know, that kind of has a sky tone, or if you wanted to do a different background, you're welcome to do that. I just wanted to add a little bit of something because I found the white was a little bit too stark just by itself. So I'm just using my blending brush, and we're just going to add just a bit of this blue, enough to cover up the white and not make it too dark. I'm sorry if I'm shaking the camera here. Okay, so that's pretty good. Okay, so just another way to use our blending brushes to make a bit of a background. And I didn't fill it all, so it almost looks like there's a few little clouds peeking through, which is totally fine. Okay, so let me just wipe this up. The beauty of our glass mat, just wipe up all that ink. All right, so here we go. So now I am going to attach my stems, okay? So to do that, I cut out, oh, I'm gonna put this here on my silicone mat so you can see. So we have 1 single stem and 1 double, and then I cut out 2 of those leaves. Okay, so because this is so skinny, I did cut this out with an adhesive sheet. So I'm going to start with a single one, and I'm just going to peel off that adhesive sheet. This is where, if you have fingernails, or if not, definitely use your take your pick tool. It's perfect for that. And then you can play with the height of this, however high or low you think, because remember there's going to be a blossom here at the top. So I think I'm going to put it kind of like this. We'll do it this way for this one. And then I'm going to do the same with the double. Now you can add as many stems as you wanted, depending how many flower blossoms you wanted, depending what size of flower blossoms. Like, you have so much and sorry, so many options is what I'm trying to say, as far as size of flowers, number of flowers, color of flowers. Like this is, you could just go crazy with this, puzzling all of your pieces together. Okay, so this one I'm going to put a teeny bit lower, and I'm just going to give this one a teeny bit of a bend out, and then just press all of these down so they're attached. Now, of course, they're going to hang over just a little bit by where I put them, so I'm just going to flip it around and just trim off those little stems there. Okay, so I'm going to wait with these other leaves until I get my flowers on. So the next step that we have to do is put on this edging. Okay, so with that edging die, so here again you'll see, whoops, it came right off. This is the plain one here that I used for the white, and this larger one, you can see there's a little bit of a detail in the edge, right? So what happens when you cut out that die, it comes out in two pieces. All right, so you can use this for another project or whatever. This is the piece that we want. And this is the piece that we are going to put around the edging here. Okay, now this is cut out of Petunia Pop. Okay, another existing in color. So for this, I didn't put it on an adhesive sheet, although you could. I am just going to add some liquid glue, just a little bit around the edge. Okay, and just sort of go around, dab it on, or you can use it on a sponge and just sponge the glue on if you're, you know, afraid it might just seep through or it might come out too quickly. Okay, now I don't think we need a ton because it's quite strong, our Tombow. Okay, so I think that's going to be good for me. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to lay this back down, and we're just going to line this up starting sort of at the bottom for me, and then just gently put it on top of that base. Give it a little press to attach that to the edge of this white piece. Okay, so it's going to be something like this. It's okay if there's some glue because we're gonna still stick this down on our card base as long as there's not too much seeping into the center. Okay, so just give that a little press to adhere it like so. And then we are going to put this on our card base. Okay, so let's just add some adhesive. If you wanted to pop this up with dimensionals, you definitely could. I'm just going to place this here in the center, like so. And it's still a little bit sticky, but that's okay, that will dry. Okay, so now we can attach our flowers and the rest of our leaves. So I have cut out, oh my goodness, I did cut out 3, and now I am short 1. Oh my gosh, why does this always happen? Is it on the floor? I didn't think it was. I may have to cut out another one. Just wondering if it got stuck to something else or to me. Okay, well, let's start with these anyway. And I will fix this later. All right, so I did have a little one out of Bubble Bath, actually, because that's one of the colors in our designer paper. And I'm sure I'll find, oh, here it is. It just disappeared. It flew over onto the other side of the table. Okay, I digress. All right, so I am going to pop these flowers up with dimensionals, of course. And maybe I'll just switch the order a little bit. See if this works. So maybe I will put this large one this time up in the center. So I'm going to put it, you've got a bit of room to play here as to how high or low you would like it. And then let's add this petunia pop. I did one as well. This is out of Strawberry Slush. And some of you might remember Strawberry Slush, which is a new in color this year, as a previous in color that we used to have. And they brought it back. How do you like that? So we have an extra sort of pinky red to play with. And I'm just going to put this little bubble bath, and then I use Daffodil Delight for all of the centers. Okay, so now we have these extra leaves here. So I'm just going to attach these with adhesive. Now I just did 2, but if you wanted to do, I'm going to do the pointy end at the top. If you wanted to do more than 2, by all means, you can certainly do that. And this one, maybe I'll just put down here towards the bottom. Cute. Oh my gosh, that little posy is so sweet. Okay. So now for the greeting. I wanted to make this a birthday card, and there are greetings in here, but not a birthday greeting. So there's a thanks, I appreciate you. Inside you could say so very much. I appreciate you for being there. But I wanted something that was a happy birthday. So we have another new online exclusive item, which is super, super cool. It is the More Messages bundle. Now you can buy this as a stamp set by itself. It has just a variety of different greetings for many, many different occasions. But the fun thing is that it also comes, when I said bundle, you get a die. And yes, this die will cut out all of these messages at once. So I mounted the stamp set. Now it is a really large one. Now, if you didn't want to keep it as this and you just like you could take the trouble to cut these apart if you wanted. I did not want to do that. So I mounted it on probably what is the largest clear block that we have. And I inked it up upside down with our Tuxedo Black Memento. Okay, so then it came out like this. Now, when you go to cut these out with your die, this is what will happen. You lay it down and look at how these all line up perfectly. Look at that. So you can tack this down with a sticky note or whatever just to hold it in place. But when you run this through your die cut machine, you get, ta-da, all of these lovely, lovely messages. Is that not just a time saver? We do have another one, and of course I can't remember the name of it, that we can also get a number of greetings out of, and that was through our embossing folder, I believe, and that's also perfect. But look at all of these greetings here, right? So for my sample, I used the happy birthday, so I have to pick one for this card that we just did today. And it could be pretty much for anything, right? It could be congratulations, hello, you're simply incredible, you can do anything, way to go. Like there's so many. Oh, there's 2 here. Time to celebrate. That's another sort of birthday one, right? Oh my goodness. So what should we put on this one? I am going to choose, I think I'm going to do time to celebrate. I'll kind of keep it in the birthday sort of theme. However, it could also be, to congratulate somebody on a great achievement of some sort that they might have accomplished. That's always a good reason. And, you know, different reasons, anniversary. So it's kind of a multi-purpose greeting, I think. So this is a great way to have these greetings ready to go, and then you can just pick whichever one you want. What a time saver, right? And then you don't have to look through all of your stamp sets. Which greeting do I want? They have them all in one. Perfect. It's a keeper. All right. So I hope you enjoyed that project. Leave me a comment below. Or if you decide to try one of these, post a photo of it. I'd love to see what you come up with. So I hope you're enjoying some of our new products that were released this past week. And we will see you again next time with another new project. Have a great week, everyone. Bye for now.